Why am I tied? I did not consent to this! Oh God, you again? God, you're like a bad case of herpes. Well, I could tell you how I kicked your ass, but I'm in the middle of reviewing something. Can you come back later? Or actually, don't come back at all. That's what she said. Fine! Good God. Anyway. When Batman comes to, the cops want his head, but he calls them all out and is forced to defend himself. Gordon demands a moment alone with the Bat and helps him escape by forcing him to punch him once all of the information is said. The cops chase him down, but he gets away by leaping off the building, attempting to land safely. Gordon thinks Penguin might be the rat as he and Gordon head to do a stakeout as Catwoman is shown also trying to steal from Penguin. A shootout starts between everyone and we get the first glimpse of this movie's Batmobile as a car chase starts destroying Gotham. This specific scene is one of my favorites of the film, and because of not only that soundtrack being fitting throughout all of it, but Colin Farrell's acting as he gets pursued being amazing. The chase becomes majorly dangerous, causing an explosive accident, leading to one of the most epic scenes in the film.
I got two!
With the Penguin upside down, we then get one of the coolest camera shots I think I've ever seen in a Batman film, as our hero slowly walks the Penguin with the angles upside down, as if you are seeing exactly what the Penguin sees. I personally feel that we should do way more scenes like this in regards to superhero films. It showcases what the villain is seeing, and it makes so much better cinematography, and it'll help see things through the villain's eyes and showcase their fear. More scenes like this! Batman and Gordon interrogate Penguin, only for him to correct them on the fact that they are pronouncing the Spanish wrong, with the Riddler pointing towards a bat and not a rat. This allows Batman to have a direct conversation with Riddler, reminding him that he's missing the big picture. Riddler then gives him the next clue, leading them to the orphanage that burned down.
You guys realize I'm still here, right? You gonna untie me?
Speaking of being untied, can you please untie me? I really gotta pee. Rude. At the orphanage, the two discover a lot of things pointing to the Waynes as they walk in on a recording of Thomas Wayne and his political promises that never got done properly, realizing his next target is actually Bruce. This leads to Alfred opening the mail intended for Bruce, leading to an explosion on Alfred's face. That sounded worse out loud than I meant it to.
I've been trying to reach you.
We're calling about your car's extended warranty! Daddy didn't love me! This leads to Bruce being dedicated to figuring out the riddles and what Riddler is actually after, diving into what his father promised and getting empty promises. Catwoman uses the lenses to contact Batman, and they meet on the top of the building with the bat signal. They bicker about everything going on until Batman...
I want to know why a guy like Falcone would owe you anything.
Because he's my father!
Boo! Not every single character has to be related to each other! We get Selina's dark and depressing backstory as she begs for his help, taking them down, ending in a kiss. Bruce then watches another Riddler viral video revealing more secrets about Bruce's parents. He then goes to see Falcone as himself, trying to get more information about what really happened. Falcone tells him the truth and says that Riddler is right about the things he's revealing and that his parents were not the best people that he thought they were. Alfred then tries to protect Thomas's choices, saying he just wanted to protect Bruce and Martha, leading to his parents' murder at the hands of Falcone. And in a touching moment, Bruce admits he loves Alfred dearly. Gordon and Batman are summoned by Bat Signal as Catwoman reveals that Mitchell has proof that Falcone had been talking to Annika before he killed her off, and she desperately wants to kill Mitchell for the actions. But he instead reveals that Falcone is actually the one in charge, as he spills the beans on everything. Catwoman wants to do things her way, almost kicking Mitchell off the building as she goes after Falcone. Gordon manages to get the voice recording to the media as Bruce cuts off the power.
This is for my mother.
With the lights off, Falcone gives Selina the slip and a tussle begins, with Falcone trying to choke the life out of her, to which Batman saves her. Selina has a breakdown with Bruce being the good guy that she needs to help her not go down a dark path. Falcone is then brought in front of the cops and all of the media, but as he is being read his rights, the Penguin gets pissed off, confronts him, but in the scuffle he is shot and killed.
I'll straight paint your ass! What are you doing? Where's the man? He's shooting!
No, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Batman realizes where the shot came from as he and the cops go after him in the top apartment, finding it abandoned. But they find him just sitting at a corner restaurant and he easily gets himself arrested. They begin to investigate the Riddler's hideout, learning that the Riddler is Edward Nashton, who in the comics would eventually change his own personal name to Edward Nygma, and why he's doing what he's doing, while Batman finds yet another clue alluding to him knowing the Batman's real identity. Once again, Batman's secret identity is easier to figure out than Spider-Man's. It never fails. Everyone knows it's Bruce fucking Wayne. Riddler makes a personal request to see Batman personally, and he reveals that everything he did was to follow in the hero's footsteps by bringing justice and vengeance to Gotham in any way he can, regardless of the consequences. Also revealing that he knows who Batman is. Riddler is then angry that Batman does not have the same type of respect for him that he does. He then reveals that there may be more to his plan than Batman has figured out.
You're gonna die alone. No! A nobody! No! This is not how this was supposed to.
That is some major subby energy coming from Edward right there. Batman reinvestigates the hideout as exposition cop gives him the knowledge that there is something tucked underneath the floorboards, finding another video post from Riddler revealing all of his plans, including the fact that he has secret plans to blow up the city's walls in order to flood Gotham, while his men have targeted the new projected mayor for death. With the city in peril and citizens frantically screaming about the same location, has Riddler's fanbase opened fire.
Good shot.
Batman drops in to take down the men one by one in an amazingly choreographed fight, but he quickly gets in danger as he rolls off the scaffolding. He quickly thinks allowing for Smoke to help him take down a few more men, but before being forced off again, Catwoman saves him before he drops into the water below. Is that a batarang in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? The two kiss before Selena is hit from behind, forcing him to take a shot of adrenaline to beat the hell out of the guy. However, with the flooding getting worse, our hero once again jumps into action to cut the cord to the electricity crashing into the water below. He then lights the way to help out the survivors who are struck by the wreckage. The film then gets a voice monologue over being a new beacon of hope instead of a beacon of vengeance, and this of course pisses Edward off as he meets another inmate, hinting towards the next film. Selena then decides it's time for her to leave Gotham, begging Bruce to leave with her, but he turns it down as our film ends with the bat signal summoning him into action. This film is great. Even though the film was delayed twice due to the pandemic, the film was successful, making back $770 million on a $200 million budget and set up a new universe that will have 2 more sequels and spin-off shows slated to air on HBO Max. It is currently the second highest grossing film of 2022 and has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. There, now that we're done, do you want me to tell you how we kicked your ass? What the fuck? You hold me hostage and don't even stay for the full review and don't even untie me? The fuck is wrong with you?